see the caisson image that was done by Leonard Baskin, and it's commemorating America's grief, its mourning, and also loss, the passing of a person that would be known as the father of the nation, somebody that they could consider to be a friend, somebody that they loved, who got them jobs, got them opportunities for education and housing. And so you see the passage of his casket and people mourning and grieving because they've lost, for many, the only president they've ever known, because he does serve 4 unprecedented terms, from 1933 until 1945. And so this is a man they love and they care about very deeply and consider to be a friend. And so people are going to line the route along the way to be able to take the time to pause, to stop and reflect, but also to pay their respects, to be able to grieve, to have tears of sadness as well as tears of joy, because his body is being brought back from Warm Springs, Georgia, where he died of a brain hemorrhage suddenly after being on that chair posing for a photo that would never be, a portrait, that would never be complete. We'll now move to where we'll see Eleanor Roosevelt, as well as a number of the quotations and what would be known as the 4th freedom speech, the things that FDR cared about the most.
Okay.
This is the largest stone in the memorial. It's known as what we like to call the Mother Stone. It was put in here by the architect of the memorial, Lawrence Halprin. And for him it was to represent Sarah Roosevelt, FDR's mother, who in many photos is seen seated between FDR and his wife, Eleanor. Eleanor and he would be married on March 17, 1905, and would have 6 children, 5 sons and 1 daughter. One of their sons, Frederick Franklin Delano Roosevelt Jr. would die in infancy, but the other, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Jr., would be able to survive to life. And so she's representative of being like a meddlesome, very controlling, domineering force in his life, because she is the one that controls the purse strings of the Roosevelt empire, the Roosevelt finances and money, and has very much control, or wants to have control, in her son's life in terms of making a big part of his life, because she will help to finance Warm Springs, Georgia, but a lot of that is his own money as well. And then also Valkill, where Eleanor will live, and then also what was called the Top Cottage, where he would live and would want to live, was known as Little White House in Warm Springs, Georgia. And that was really his first real home that he spent his own money on and could say that would be his own home. We're now going to move. He was elected publicly by the American people 4 times, which was unprecedented in American history.
But to stop the problem of
the people needed him to be a leader. They needed somebody that they felt like they could trust, and they felt like had the right ideas and organization to be able to come up with a lot of the ideas and ideals, as well as the programs that would try to stimulate the economy. Despite the Great Depression and World War II, and also somebody that they knew. It wasn't like somebody just that they were going to get new. It was somebody that they really knew and could trust and could look to in those very hard times.
You know how the life of FDR was able to affect you and get you to tell us some of the challenges you have in life and how you were able to surmount and surpass them?
Well, this man, the public media really didn't try to portray him in his true image and figure as disabled. Of the 125,000 images ever taken of him, he was only seen in 2 to 5 of them. And one of them was actually of the back of him wheeling away from the podium after speaking. But he really has inspired this memorial as a place of interaction as well as learning, because you have the Braille throughout the memorial, which is a testament to knowing that this man represented not only one group of disabled people, but many, and that many disabled could relate to him. But also, it's very educational because we're starting to learn that more and more people need to not just have a memorial in its imagery form. It needs to be tactile. It needs to be kinesthetic in learning, mechanical, relate to the poetical, creative learning types, the interpersonal as well as intrapersonal. Those people who can really touch the memorial and feel that they are connected and relating to the man. And his disability, despite having it, he was very well convinced by people that he still had a very good heart and very good brain, and that he should move onward and forward with his life. Sometimes you need people in your lives, friends and family, to give you that nudge, to kind of push you to be more than you ever thought you could be, to be able to convince you that, yes, you have this disability, but you can do so much with your life because you still have a brain that works. You still can relate to people. You still have a good heart, which Eleanor loved, and that love really strengthened their marriage and their family. It convinced me a long time ago that anything is possible if you put your heart and your mind to things that you want in life. And also that despite having challenges and obstacles and adversity, you can overcome them if you're a very hardworking, dedicated, diligent, resourceful, and resilient person. And a lot of it comes from believing in yourself, but also having others that believe in you as well. For many people, yes, because they were able to get housing and jobs, education. Also, the Great Depression is really broken. Its hold on America is broken with the entrance into World War II, where he is able to really reduce unemployment. He's able to reduce the number of foreclosures of homes and ranches and farms. Also is able to really get people to start doing things for themselves, because for so long people felt like they had this entitlement or reliance that was necessary upon the government. And then they start to realize that yes, the government will be a part of their lives and will help them, but they also have to help themselves.
But you please complete the